AAA 4x800m relay. And the team rundown is Great Valley, North Penn, Wilson, Palmyra, Easton Area, Pennsbury, Central Bucks West, and Unionville.
Those will be the top 8 from inside out. North Penn will be on the inside rail, followed by Wilson, Pennsbury, Central Bucks West, Upper Dublin, Mount Lebanon, Hershey in the outside box, Great Valley, Palmyra, Easton Area, and Unionville and Abington in the outside. North Penn Lansdale, you see there, their leadoff runner here in the 4x8. Wilson out of District 3. As we set up for the AAA girls 4x800m relay. And again, they'll run a one-turn stagger, sorry, over to the start of the 300 meters. Then they'll move to the rail. That's Great Valley. I believe Great Valley moving quickly on the outside, trying to get to the break first.
And the Great Valley girls were the state indoor champions in the 4x8, so we'd expect them to be taking charge.
Great Valley came in with a nice time of 9:24.67. So definitely within reach of the National Federation honor roll. Great Valley, North Penn in second, Wilson in third. Looks like Pennsbury in fourth. So it'll come down the straightaway. Great Valley trying to open up early. Move off into the far turn. Great Valley trying to stretch this, get an early lead. And one of the keys here, Rick, is be the first to the stick. Get to the stick as quick as you can, because your outgoing runner is running while everybody else's outgoing runner is standing. And that's where you can open up bigger gaps.
That's correct. And I watched the North Penn girls practicing their exchanges yesterday to make sure that they get a good acceleration and so that they get out of traffic. So by opening up this lead, you're not in danger of having any stumbling, running into another athlete in that exchange zone.
And one of the keys when we coach this, Rick, is to have the outgoing runner pull the incoming runner through the zone. We want them to make the incoming runner work a little bit, even though they've already worked for 800 meters. Make them work a little bit more to pull them actually through the zone.
So we'll see, there are the girls lined up, and she gets that baton 8 to 10 meters. That's halfway through the zone. If you get it too soon in the zone, you don't carry your momentum through. Right. So that was an excellent exchange, carried through all the momentum and speed, and she's taken off in the first 100 meters.
And the other thing too, because they broke from lanes after the first turn. If the person inside of you leaves, if they already have the baton and they're gone, you can move down to the rail and shorten that distance, so you don't have to stay out in lane 6, we'll say, to take the baton. So here's the second pack.
There's a quick pass there.
But again, Great Valley away easily. Opening up a nice little cushion here.
Just like in the AA race.
And they'll try to improve that. The battle for second. And really at this stage of the race, it's only the second leg. This is to get in position for your third leg and your anchor leg. Now, Rick, talk a little bit about the strategy. How do you place your 800-meter runners? Where do you put them? Where's your strongest runner go? Where does your weakest runner go?
Usually you want somebody who is consistent to be your first leg, somebody who's quick to get out of traffic but then can settle in. Your second runner, again, a consistent runner, but probably maybe in the ranked order of the 3 is the third or fourth best of your
Wilson
runners.
And Palmyra making a charge here, coming down the back, and Wilson actually going to move into the lead.
So the Wilson second runner has made up a great distance and has now taken the lead.
And Palmyra tucked in. I believe it was Palmyra tucked in there in third. Yes, it is Palmyra tucked in at third. Pensbury in fourth. We'll see now if there's a surge from Great Valley to try and come back here on the straightaway, or if she's content to just sit there, hand it off to the third leg. And Wilson actually pulling away here coming down the straightaway.
So Wilson has had a great second leg. And there's an example of a good exchange. Again, 8 meters into the zone, getting the baton with no slowdown. And there's some bumping going on at that part. All of these teams ran a qualifier yesterday, so they had to run. They had to either be the winner of their trial, or they had to have one of the next best times.
Great Valley's third leg has made up some of that gap. Now about 2 meters. There's Pensbury and Palmyra sitting at 3 and 4.
The qualifying procedure for the 4x8s was the top 4 teams in each heat and then the 4 next best times. So there are 12 teams in this.
Wilson and Great Valley definitely pulling away from the pack here in this third leg. And we'll be looking for strong anchor legs from both of these. Most often, you want your strongest runner in that anchor leg, because if you need to make up distance or if you want to pull away and separate from whoever may be close, that's what you want your anchor leg to do.
That's typically the strategy. Every once in a while, they'll put that person first just to make a very large lead. But in most cases, your best 800 runner is last.
Wilson now back to about a 3 meter lead as they head down the backstretch and head into the far turn. Opening up now to about 6 meters. And this could be critical, because even if you have strong anchor legs, even if Great Valley has a good anchor, Wilson probably has something comparable. So the sooner Wilson can get to the stick, can get their anchor leg moving, while Great Valley's anchor is still standing still, the more the advantage.
That's right. So
wow, Wilson really pulling away now.
Coming into our exchange for the 4th runner. And there you're seeing the girls sliding in, so they're all getting the baton either in lane 1 or 2.
And there was a good 4 seconds there where Great Valley was standing still while Palmyra was pulling away, was out and running. And you can see now that lead, or Wilson, I'm sorry, has opened that lead even more. Wilson running like a sprinter here, looking very strong. Nice long strides at this point as she goes through about 350 meters. Long strides, good recovery. You can see the heel coming all the way up to the buttocks and through.
And this is the comparison from what we saw earlier in the 3200. You see a much more pronounced arm carry and arm drive, elbow back. You see a higher knee lift, and as you pointed out, the recovery, the heel is at the buttocks level, not just under it.
So as we get close to 300 meters remaining in the race, Wilson
about 10 meters, but
that's still Great Valley in second.
Great Valley coming in.
But Great Valley making a move on the backstretch,
lead.
closing that lead down now to about 3 meters. You can see it there.
And she's definitely moving on. You can see Wilson tying up as she makes the pass on the outside.
But will Wilson fight her off coming through the turn as they come through the corner?
She's still holding her outside. See, that was, and she stepped on the rail.
Oh!
But that step on the rail was enough to
just enough
break the stride
separation,
on the
caused just enough separation.
And you can see the tie up there.
Exactly. Exactly. Wow. Hard to believe, Rick, that a step on the rail which normally would be a negative, winds up being a positive. Just that little bobble, to step on the rail, the bobble to come back onto the track and reassert position enough to push Great Valley just a little bit wide and enough to open up a gap for Wilson to come in and take the victory.
Yeah, the danger there is usually if you step on the rail, you've rolled your ankle and you're about done.
Exactly. And so really an interesting confluence of events there. To have your anchor leg step on the rail 110 meters from the finish, and it's just enough to reestablish position, to have her come back on, reestablish position, and pull away for the victory. Wow.
Yeah, there's really, you can see these girls definitely in the heat have given it their all. We didn't see that in the 3200. Zach Brem went down there on his great finish, but these girls are exhausted, so it's definitely heating up.
But a great finish there by, and here we'll see it again. Great Valley moving on the outside.
And the smart move here is Wilson fends her off and keeps her outside. But you'll see right here in about 3 steps. Oh,
she actually stepped off the track.
So she didn't step on the rail. She made the adjustment. But when she came back in.
And you can see Great Valley break right there.
There was a disruption to her stride.
Yeah.
Now, that's not a disqualification to step off the track. It was only 1 step. The rule states that it's 3 consecutive steps, which would be an advantage because you're running a shorter distance.
Exactly, and there was no umpire yellow flag down there. Therefore, no foul. It was only a single step, and she came right back in. But what a finish there in the AAA girls 4x8.
It looked like both of those girls had been spent, and the Wilson girl had quite the kick. Now